Welcome back to Scovid Rewind. In this video, we'll be exploring one of the thriller movie from 2005 titled Wars of Worlds. Before we begin, I hope you're having an amazing day. Grab your favorite snack, sit back, and enjoy the recap. Let's dive straight into the story. Ray Ferrier is a working-class dad who doesn't get nearly enough credit. He's a dock worker and crane operator out of Brooklyn who lives in Bayonne, New Jersey, divorced, a little rough around the edges, and not exactly the poster child for responsible parenting. He's more the guy who knows how to get the kids to calm down with junk food and a lazy smile than the man who knows how to plan for the apocalypse. Which is lucky, because when the world literally falls apart, Ray's improvisational instincts are what keep his two kids alive. It starts as a normal, frustrating day. His pregnant ex-wife, Mary Ann, and her new husband, Tim, are dropping the kids off on their way to visit her parents in Boston. So Ray reluctantly becomes the weekend parent to teenage Robbie, who's angsty and reckless, and young Rachel, who watches the world with a kind of wide-eyed caution that makes her way older than her years. Dad jokes aside, they're a family in a fragile, messy way. And that's what this film is really about beneath all the alien explosions. The ordinary cracks open when strange, dead-silent lightning storms sweep across the sky, knocking out every electronic device in sight. Ray follows the crowd toward the site of the strikes and watches the ground itself split open. The lightning wasn't just a storm, it was cover, the aliens riding it down into machines that have apparently been buried in the earth for millions of years, waiting. A three-legged tripod claws its way up out of the crater and annihilates the crowd with a searing heat beam. There's no graceful invasion, just blunt, terrifying power, and the world's military responses explode into chaos. Ray, racing to get the kids somewhere safe before making the run to their mother in Boston, finds himself in the middle of a catastrophe with hundreds of screaming drivers, plumes of smoke, and the sound of civilization snapping. From the start, Ray's not a hero. He's scared, selfish in small human ways, and frequently out of his depth. He leaves his kids in the back seat with the engine running, gets separated in crowds, and makes decisions that, if you're a parent, will make you grit your teeth. But those choices are believable. They build tension and show a man learning quickly the cost of every decision. When the tripods begin their methodical sweep, vaporizing, leveling, abducting, Ray's paternal instinct finally overrides his fear. He becomes relentless. He'll do whatever it takes to get his kids to safety. Their road trip to Boston turns into a nightmare pilgrimage. On the highways, people abandon cars. A desperate mob nearly tears their stolen minivan apart with their bare hands, and military convoys try to hold the line but are decimated. Everywhere the machines go, cities are turned into smoking, silent ruins, and nothing is sacred. Not homes, not hospitals, not the sameness of suburban streets. Ray briefly meets a group of refugees and soldiers who are bewildered and brave in equal measure. The film spends time with those moments, so we feel the scale of panic. That scale is personal because we're focused almost entirely on Ray's attempt to get his kids to their mother. You feel the urgency in every scene, the tire squeals, the thick heat haze, the kids' small voices amid the screaming crowd. Spielberg keeps the perspective tight, which is smart. Watching cities burn from a distance is less terrifying than being trapped in the back of a minivan while an alien death machine walks by. The first big break in their misfortune is a desperate attempt to cross the Hudson on a ferry, but of course the tripods are crafty and merciless. One rises straight up out of the water and capsizes the boat. People are pulled screaming from the wreckage by mechanical tendrils and hauled off into unseen holding baskets, while Ray and the kids barely make it to shore. The military's optimism about containment collapses in the span of minutes, and civilians are left to fend for themselves. In the middle of this, Robbie, impulsive and angry, starts sliding toward a very different kind of survival instinct. Not looting, but fighting. He's furious at feeling powerless, desperate to do something instead of just running, and when he sees soldiers massing to make a stand against the tripods on a distant ridge, something in him snaps loose. He decides he has to go. Ray tries to physically stop him, and for a moment, it's the rawest confrontation in the film. A father choosing which of his two children to chase after because he can't protect both at once. He lets Robbie go and turns back for Rachel. That decision becomes one of the most wrenching threads of the story, because Robbie disappears over that ridge into the middle of a battle, and neither Ray, Rachel, nor the audience has any idea if he's alive. Ray and Rachel press on alone. There's a moment, quiet, small, and unbearably painful, where the full weight of what Ray just did, sending his own son toward gunfire and alien fire alike, finally lands on him. That shaking guilt colors the rest of the film. Ray has to navigate not only the alien threat, but people who have been pushed to the brink of humanity. He encounters folks who are brave and decent, others who are cowardly, and one downright dangerous. The most memorable of these survivors is Harlan Ogilvy, a man whose sanity has unmoored in this new world. Harlan takes Ray and Rachel into hiding in his farmhouse basement, but he's wounded, paranoid, and obsessed with control. He hoards, hides, and fixates on the idea of digging a tunnel to fight the aliens from below, growing more unstable and more dangerous to have around by the hour. His breakdown underscores how different people cope under extreme stress. When the aliens send a long, snaking probe into the basement to search for survivors, Harlan's rising hysteria threatens to get them all discovered and killed. Ray, with no other way to keep Rachel safe and quiet, ends up killing Harlan himself, one of the darkest, most human choices in the film, and a bitter counterpoint to the alien menace. The machines are engineered to destroy, sure, but humans can be just as destructive in their fear.
Rachel? Rachel? No. Rachel? 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 Make some noise, baby. Rachel? 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 Just talk to me, baby. Come on. Rachel? Rachel? Rachel! Rachel! Rachel. 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 Everybody down!
And then there's the finale, which swings from tension to an almost biblical kind of irony. As Ray and Rachel finally near Boston on foot, they start noticing the alien red vegetation choking the landscape is wilting and dying, and the tripods themselves are behaving strangely, faltering, listing, going quiet. Birds start landing on one machine's hull, a small, almost comic detail that tells Ray its force shield has failed. He flags down nearby soldiers who finish it off, and a hatch on the fallen tripod creaks open to reveal a sickly, dying alien inside. In the final scenes, Ray and Rachel reach the Boston house of Mary Ann's parents. Rachel runs into her mother's arms, and then, almost too good to be true after everything the film has put this family through, the door opens to reveal Robbie, alive, unharmed, and already there waiting, having somehow survived the battle on the ridge and made his own way to Boston. There's no triumphant march, no glittering victory, just this quiet, almost disbelieving reunion. Ray, who started as a kind of absentee dad, emerges as a parent who's learned to put someone else first without being asked. He's a little softer, a little wiser, and you can see the weight of everything he's been through in the set of his face. The world is battered, the cities are scarred, but people are left to rebuild, to hold each other, and to start over.